Hi, and welcome to ECED 201, Introduction to Early Childhood Education for Diverse Learners. My name is Laura Dahlman. I'll be your instructor for this course. And in this course, what we'll be doing is we will be exploring the profession of early childhood education, as well as the time of early childhood. Both are very important in terms of the development of the children, certainly, but also in terms then of our society as we facilitate the healthy growth and positive development of our children. The emphasis in the title you'll see is diverse learners. So we're not just covering it blanketly, but we are going to also consider the needs of diverse learners. So we are meeting the needs of all students, regardless of socioeconomic status, cultural background, racial background, or ability. So let's get started. What we'll do today is we'll just go over like the first meeting in any course. I'll introduce myself a little bit more, and then we'll also go over the syllabus. So off we go. Here's me, getting to know me. My professional self, I am a doctoral candidate at Mason, studying educational psychology and teaching and teacher education. I'm hoping, fingers crossed, or expecting, let's actually say, to graduate this spring. I also received my fast train teaching certification from Mason some years ago. I'm not going to go into all of this. You can read it for yourself if you want to bother. But I think what's most important to mention is that I have in fact been a pre-K teacher and elementary school teacher in Fairfax County, so where many of you may want to be working when you and if you become an educator yourself. And I've also taught around the world. My husband is a diplomat, so we have lived in a number of different places. And currently, actually, it's important to mention that I am currently living actually in Amman, Jordan. It's important for you because I am 7 hours different. I'm ahead of you by 7 hours there on the East Coast. That won't be a problem because I am available all the time via email. But if you sense a certain lag, it may be because we're just waiting for me to wake up in the morning. I have taught this course before, as well as ECED 4 and 501, and I've also taught the Intro to Communication course and have worked in the Transformative Teaching program. For my personal self, you'll always find me with a cup of tea. Actually, here's my tea for today. Or at least this moment, probably be a few more later. And I have lived much of my adult life overseas, places where I've lived: Georgia, Haiti, Belgium, Russia, Jordan, and France. My husband and I have 4 grown children, 2 dogs, and 4 cats. I really enjoy meeting new people, gardening, reading, running, and I do really like teaching. I will add, there's a separate part of your assignment for this week will be to introduce yourself, and so I have an additional introduction that will be in the discussion board, kind of to serve as a model for what we hope or expect you to do for this week. So let's go over the course. Why do I love this class? I love this class because I think this profession is just foundational to our society. Growing people, helping them develop and learn into confident, able adults, eventually, is so important. And it begins at these early ages and stages. This time is foundational in a child's life, and that's why then early childhood educators are also foundational. There's a critical, urgent need for early childhood professionals to provide sensitive and responsive, nurturing education to all children. The course, this is all going to be taken from the syllabus, so you can refer to this yourself. We're going to be exploring major theories of learning and of child development, and the emphasis will also be on the tools. The goal is to give you, an introduction to this profession and to this time in children's lives, so that if you're considering a work or a profession in this field, that you have a good understanding of what it means to be an early childhood educator and what it entails. So the emphasis will be on the theory for understanding, but also then some tools so that you can apply and have them already kind of available. See if this is the sort of thing you like to do and not just kind of are interested in. Syllabus, required texts. We have the payload text. A lot of the essays kind of come from this. Just a few brief essays or several essays in here that you'll be reading. And then also the Morrison text. This is where a lot of the substance will come about child development and the profession. And so this is the second text. Assignments, due dates. I will expect things to be turned in on time. Each course, each module will be released Monday morning, and then your assignment for the week is due by Sunday night. I will endeavor to have everything back to you within the week. Class schedule, this is entirely online, but I will release each module week by week, so you will not be able really to work ahead. Please also do not wait until the last week. Really not an option because, again, there are things and reflections due each week. And those need to be turned in on time. So you will want to pace yourself, okay? You will want to stay in sync with us in this asynchronous course. This is from the syllabus. Here are your assignments. You'll find the due dates and the points. This is the overall. You'll see the course overall is 100 points. And so each bit is then actually represents a percentage of your grade then too. An important point to mention is that this course does have a field experience requirement. You must spend 10 hours in an early childhood education environment. Has to be at least across 5 visits, so you can't just do 10 hours at one time. 2 hours is the maximum amount of time that you can do. It's important to mention that now, we'll talk more about it later, is because this week you must contact the education department to fill out the field experience request form. You're going to need to get started on that this week, or fill out the form this week to be able to get started so that you have a placement to be able to fulfill this requirement over the course of the semester. If you're already in an early childhood education setting, go ahead and discuss that with the early childhood education department. As long as the program is licensed, that can also count towards this field experience. Although we will ask you to go into someone else's class so that you actually have observation. You're not just reflecting on your own experience. The goal of this course is to broaden your understanding of the field and of this time of childhood. So we ask that you would go into somebody else's class to observe. So you'll want to get started on that straight away. One project is the Early Childhood Exploration Project. This is 40% of your final grade. It is broken into 3 different parts. You'll develop an early childhood philosophy. This is something that you may use with future employers. Often they may ask you, what is your philosophy about childhood, about learning, and about teaching? You will also have an assignment where we will evaluate anti-bias teaching and learning tools. Again, the emphasis being on the diverse learner in this class so that we all have our own natural perspectives, right? Which very naturally bias in one direction, and we can't help it because we've only had one experience in our life. So we are, what do I want to say? Orienting you or exposing you then to some of the tools that help reveal some of the biases that we all have to get us kind of outside of our own perspective and be able to be open and more sensitive and responsive to the needs of our students. Another part will be the exploring early childhood settings. All of this will come up and we will go over it in more detail later. There may be other assignments. If there are other things you'd like to do, I am always happy to take things early and give you feedback early so that you can get the maximum credit for the projects. There are 4 critical reflections that are due. Each are 5 points. One is regarding, well, you can read professionalism, environment, interaction, teaming, and collaboration, but 4 important aspects of being a professional in early childhood education. Attendance and participation. Attendance, of course, will be evaluated by your turning in the projects each week and in the assignments. It does count for 25% of your grade, so please do stay on top of it. The Blackboard course site, as I mentioned, I will offer a quick overview of the site in a separate recording. Screencastic doesn't allow me to do more time, so I'll make it separate. But please do take a look. Please do navigate it, because you don't want to miss something because you just didn't notice it on the board. So please take the time to do that and familiarize yourself with the site. So always, please, any questions or concerns that you have, reach out to me. Email's the best way to reach me, but email me anytime, as we know, especially because of the time difference. That can really be in your favor frequently, because at midnight I am just waking up, or actually a little bit earlier. And so if you, and I hope you're not, but I happen to be one of those late night workers, I might be up in real time with you. Anyway, the point being, please reach out to me with any sorts of questions, any concerns. I am more than happy to respond to you and help you. My goal is to expose you as much as possible to this important field and this time, and to encourage you and to grow you potentially as, or let's say it this way, as potential early childhood educators. So, here's my contact information. If you'd like to meet face-to-face, I'm happy to do that as well. If you'd like to meet beyond just an email. Anyway, welcome. I look forward to working with you. I look forward to seeing your introductory videos on the discussion board, and we'll talk to you later. Bye-bye.